To our first ever Fuse Live. I'm Dustin. I am the high school pastor here at Westover. We are so excited that you guys have decided to join us this evening. If you didn't get on early enough to see some of the announcements, I just want to highlight a few things for you real quick. First of all, if you do not already follow us on social media, you can follow us on Instagram at Westover HSM. It's at Westover HSM. And then you can find out all the stuff that we are doing, the things that are going on, the different challenges that we're doing. Secondly, big deal, we are doing a giveaway at the end of the night tonight. So if you did not sign up for that, you need to sign up right now. You can text PRIZE to 336-444-6441, and we will get you entered for that giveaway at the end of our live stream tonight. Last but not least, one of the big important things we do here at Fuse is small groups. We love the idea of you guys being able to be a little more connected in a smaller environment with your peers where you can just talk about the things that are going on in your life. And so if you have any desire to be involved in a small group or you want to find out more about it, you can text Fuse SG to 336-444-6441 and we will get a hold of you and let you know how to connect to a small group. So we have a lot of stuff in store for you tonight, but real quick, I just need to find out, Hannah, how many people are on the live stream tonight so far? One. Did you say one? One. Hi, Mom. Thanks, Mom, for queuing in. 21. 21. All right. So 21 is a good start, and we're going to keep growing, I think, as we go. So if you have not already texted your friends, text your friends, tell them to get on, watch the live stream. And based on the number of adults that I talked to that said they would be watching tonight out of that 21, I think hopefully at least 3 of those are actually high school students. But yeah, I'm sure it'll be good. We have some great stuff planned for you tonight. And so we are going to have a testimony a little bit later. We're going to do some worship. We're going to have a quick devotional thought. We have a couple special guests to be on the show tonight. And we have a really cool surprise at the end that you are not going to want to miss. So stay with us. Drop us some comments in the chat. And let's have some fun, starting with a little highlight reel of our How Perfect Trick Shot submissions. For those of you that remember, we have over the last few weeks been doing these How Perfect Trick Shots where we have asked you to submit your best trick shot video, and we've picked the winners, and then we've sent you guys some prizes. And so for tonight, we have a little highlight video of the best trick shots that were submitted. So check this out.
Oh my God, first day!
I'm kind of bored and blanket. I wonder what I can do.
All right. Awesome stuff, guys. Thank you guys so much for those of you that submitted your videos. And I even saw some new faces in that video. So shout out to Pastor Don and Donna for participating in the How Perfect Challenge. I hope you guys had fun with these. We had a blast doing them here. Some of the ones that we shot ahead of time to kind of launch the whole thing. It was a blast. And And now it's time, though, to try something new, which is literally the name of our next challenge. Try something new. And so tonight with us, we have Callum. Callum, thanks for being here. And can you maybe just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, obviously, my name's Callum. I go to Northern Guilford High School, and I play football. And I've been going to church here since I was like 3.
Awesome. All right, man. Well, thanks for being here tonight. And so, Callum, you got a little jump start on this challenge, this Try Something New challenge. As a matter of fact, we have a little video of what you did that was your kind of try something new thing. But before we jump into that, can you set up this clip for us?
I'm in my yard with a basketball, and it's sunny.
Of course it is. I mean, and what other explanation is needed, right? So we're gonna jump right into the video. This is Callum trying something new. What? Wait a minute. Let's see. All right. Oh man, look at this. Dude, like the second time is so much better. How did you? That's like hang time right there.
Yeah, the hang time was tough.
It's not there forever.
Just
Awesome. All right, man, that's so cool. So I got to ask you, how did it feel to dunk for the first time?
it felt great. I've been trying to do it for a while, so it just felt good to be able to finally do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, that's such a cool thing, and to work at it and then to finally accomplish it, I'm sure is a great feeling. But obviously, the most important question that we need to ask tonight is, do you think you can teach me how to do that?
No.
No. Okay. Like not. I mean, that's a pretty hard no. Like not even a chance. There's like no chance of you being able to teach me how to do this.
You're a little past your prime.
And there it is, folks. There it is. I love how you say. I look at mom and dad in the back, and they're like, "I can't believe you just said." But Callum, on a more serious note, what would you say to someone who is thinking of trying something new during this season and just isn't sure what to do? They're kind of just sitting around and what would you say to encourage people to try something new, to take part in this thing that we're doing?
You just gotta work at it. You know, you got all the time in the world, so if you just put some effort in and work at it, you can probably do it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And so just like Callum, we want you guys to send us a video of you learning something new or trying something new while in quarantine. It could be learning to play a new song on an instrument or learning to play a new sport. You could be learning to juggle. It could be a new type of food, learning to operate a washer and dryer. It could even be learning to cut your own hair, which, by the way, there is a thing online now where you can pay someone $18 and they will video chat with you and give you a virtual haircut. That is a real thing in the world we now live in. And whatever it is, we want to hear from you, and we want to talk to you about what you've learned to do during this time. So try something new. Film yourself doing it, talking about it, whatever, and then text NEW to 336-444-6441, and we will reach out to you about submitting your video. So, Callum, thank you so much for being with us tonight. We really appreciate it. And keep working on those hops, man. It's awesome. So we know, as we kind of transition out of this segment, we know that it's been kind of difficult for a lot of people lately, and it's just been a rough time navigating the uncertainties of things that are going on right now. And it's frustrating. You know, we realize it's frustrating having things canceled that you're looking forward to. And it's definitely been hard feeling disconnected from family and friends. And I think we can even start to feel like God is a little bit distant right now. And so it's in those times that we really need a reminder of God's promises to us. And so I just want to have you guys take a minute and check out this powerful testimony from Micah.
Hey Fuse, I'm Micah and I'm one of y'all seniors, and I just want to take a minute and share with all of you what God has just been teaching me through this time of uncertainty that we are facing. And I'm going to read Psalms 147:5, and it says, "Great is our Lord and mighty in power. His understanding has no limit." And what I have just taken away from this verse is that God is omniscient and He is all-knowing, and despite the unknowns that we face in this world, there are no unknowns with God. And there's just so much peace in trusting in that truth and in trusting in Him. And I pray that all of this encourages you to trust in Him and that you can all find peace in Him. And I can't wait to be back with all of you so soon.
Thanks, Micah. That's it's such a timely reminder for us this evening, and I know that it's something I need to be reminded of. And we just thank you for sharing your heart with us tonight. And as we kind of move into a time now of just reflecting on God and worshiping Him, I just hope we all remember in this season that none of this takes God by surprise. That we can trust in Him through all these things that are happening because He's still on the throne. So would you bow your heads and pray with me? God, we just thank you for this opportunity to just gather together, even if it's a little bit unorthodox, a little bit different. God, we just thank you that you are on the throne, that you are in control. And so no matter how uncertain life feels, no matter how much we're struggling, no matter how hard it gets, God, you are in control. We can trust in you. And God, you have something great you want to do through all of this and something you want to teach us. And so God, we pray that you just be with us and that we could just continue to lift our eyes up to you. In your name we pray. Amen.
I've only seen a love for love conditions, hiding with the fear that it can break. I've searched the world to get a taste of heaven, but all along it was heaven chasing. Your love is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's the air I breathe. Oh, your love got a hold on me, and it's holding me. It is everything. Yeah, it's a real thing. Your grace is more than just an obligation. You give without a promise of return. Your mercy looks beyond my reputation. For I belong in heaven's destiny. For I belong in heaven's destiny. Your love is a real thing. It's a real thing. It is everything. Oh, your love got a hold on me, and it's holding me. It is everything. Yeah, it's a real thing. I can't outrun it. I can't explain it. I don't deserve it. Jesus, your love for me. He's not complacent. He's always chasing. He won't abandon. Jesus, your love for me. It's not disappointing. Won't leave me wanting. It's overwhelming. Jesus, your love for me. I know I need it. Oh, and I know it's worth it. The cross, it proves it. Jesus, your love for me. Your love is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's the air I breathe. Breathe it in. Your love has got a hold on me, and it's holding me. It is everything. Oh, your love is a real thing. It's a real thing. It's the air I breathe. Oh, your love, it's got a hold on me, and it's holding me. It is everything. Yeah, it's a real thing. There's a place for me, and it's heavenly, at the table with the King. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Do you remember learning to ride a bike for the first time? I remember when I was younger, my dad decided it was time for me to ditch the training wheels. And so one day I was at my grandma's house, and she lived by an old church that had this big parking lot. And so my dad took me over to the church parking lot to learn to ride a bike without training wheels. And the problem was I had to learn on this old bike. Like it was like, I think it might have been my grandma's bike when she was a kid. And it had one gear, and it had no brakes. And it didn't even have the foot pedal brakes where you could like kind of pump backwards and brake. You had to just put your feet down to stop. But not only that, but when you put your feet down, the pedals didn't stop. So they didn't stop going. So you put your feet down and the pedals would keep just rotating. And this was the bike that I had to learn to, this kind of probably dates me. This is the bike I had to learn to ride a bike with. And so I remember going over to the parking lot, and my dad would get me going, and he'd give me a push, and I would ride through this parking lot. And when I would get close to the end, I didn't feel real confident in my ability to turn. And so I would just, when I got to the end, it was like, okay, it's time to stop. And I would put my feet down, and I'd plant them on the ground, on the pavement, and I'd drag my feet across the pavement. But the bike pedals would just keep spinning. They just keep beating into the back of my legs. And so they're just smacking me in the legs, and they're scraping my legs up. And I wasn't stopping quick enough. And I'd get to the end where I was like, I either got to turn or I'm going to wreck. And so I would just like bail, and I fell over and wrecked. And now I'm like, my knees are all scraped up, and my calves are scraped up from the pedals, and I'm just like beat up. And this kept happening over and over again, because I didn't feel comfortable turning. And so I would wreck, and I'd get scraped up, and I'd go again, and I'd wreck, and it got to the point where I just didn't want to keep going anymore. And I want to just take a second to look at James chapter 1, verses 2-3 today. And it says this, it says, "Consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance." And so in our lives, guys, we're going to face trials, we're going to face difficulties, and we're going to face hardships. And the unfortunate reality is that sometimes we're going to fail. And when we try to live for God, we're going to face these challenges in our lives and these failures too. And James doesn't say that we will never fail or that we can't fail. He doesn't say that. He just says that we're going to be tested. And so I think back to learning to ride a bike, and I'm laying there, and I'm beat up, and I'm in pain, and I'm all scraped up, and I want nothing to do with this. I'm done. I'll go back to training wheels. And then my dad would come along, and he would pick me up, and he'd brush me off, and he'd put me back on the bike, and he would push me off again, and off I would go, and I'd have to try to make it successful this time. And I'd fall, and he'd pick me up and brush me off and put me back on the bike, and off I'd go again. And because of that, to this day, I can ride a bike. And I think, man, you hear that, it's like, well, wasn't that wrong of my dad to I was hurt, and I was scraped up, and I didn't want to keep going, and he kept pushing me, and isn't that kind of cruel? But really, I think it's just that my dad knew something. He knew that I needed to persevere. And he knew that I needed to be willing to risk failure as many times as it took to be successful. And that doesn't mean he didn't care. I mean, of course he cared. I cared too. It hurt falling over. But at the end of the day, he knew I had to be willing to take the chance, because the benefits outweighed the cost. And so, as I said before, in our lives, guys, we're going to face trials and we'll fail sometimes. But it's not the failure that we need to look at. It's how we respond to it that determines who we become. So James 1 continues. I read the end of verse 3 and into verse 4. Because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. And what that means is whatever life throws at us, no matter what we face, we keep getting back on the bike. We keep going, because even if we fail, we keep going, because failure is not what kills us. We're saved by grace. We didn't earn that relationship with God. It's free. Failure isn't what kills us. It's refusing to persevere. It's giving up. That's what kills us. And so as you look at your life and the struggles you're facing, may you know that trials will come. But may you also know that your Heavenly Father loves you and He picks you back up when you fall down. And so I just want to challenge you as we close tonight to just decide in your heart that you will strive towards living the way that God wants you to live, that you will strive towards success in that, no matter how many times you fail, because the benefits of living a life for Jesus and the benefits of eternity with Him far outweigh the cost.
Sing this song. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, moving in this place. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, working in this place. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. We make miracle work, promise keep, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. You are here, touching every heart. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are here, turning lives around. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are here, mending every heart. I worship you. I worship you. 'Cause you are waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. Oh, that is who you are. That is who you are. Oh. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop, you never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop, you never stop working. Even when I don't see it, you're working. Even when I don't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. You never stop working. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Waymaker, miracle worker, promise keeper, light in the darkness, my God, that is who you are. Oh, 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 that is who you are. That is who you are. You are here, moving in our midst. I worship you. I worship you. You are here, healing every heart. I worship you. I worship you. Let me pray with me. Lord, we thank you so much that even in this time where we're separated,
Robert Dawson. Give it up for Robert, everybody. Yeah.
Hey, I don't do my mics on. What's up? Miss you guys. Hey.
All three people that cheered for you. Sorry, man.
Yeah.
We can't afford a studio audience right
It's
now.
all right. I got a fan club somewhere, I think. Maybe.
So here's how this is going to work, Robert. We are going to spin our wheel of consequences, and whatever it lands on, you're going to have to film yourself doing that thing, and then we're going to air it on our live stream next week. And actually, not everybody knows this, but Robert is actually going to be guest hosting Fuse Live next week. So,
What up?
So he'll get to play his own video of this consequence that he came up with. And so just kind of give you an idea of what we're looking at. This is what is on
What
the
we got on this
wheel.
wheel?
We have run a mile dressed as Santa.
Ooh, I'm gonna have trouble with just running a mile on that one.
Yeah,
I don't know about that, Dustin.
We've also got wear a suit all day to work.
Ooh, have to dust off that suit from prom.
Yeah, and you actually go to work, but if it was
Yeah.
anybody else, they'd have to do it on Zoom. And
Yeah, I know.
I guess pants would technically be optional. But we have quarantined haircut.
Ooh, all right.
So I
So
don't know
like,
exactly
what are we
what a
talking
quarantined
there?
haircut is, but I can't imagine it says wheel of consequences, so it can't be good.
Yeah.
No cell phone for 24 hours
Ooh,
straight.
24 hours straight.
That's a rough one. Eat ramen for 3 meals in one day.
Check. That's like a wheel of daily life for me right there.
Is it any different? All right, last another one. Fly to Orlando for absolutely.
What up,
no reason.
Disney?
But we're not paying for it.
Oh.
That's on
Oh.
you. And then last, but certainly not least, only listen. Oh man, this was
Ooh.
painful. Only listen to Nickelback for 20.
Would you look
Or-
at that photograph right there?
Oh no, we do have one more. I'm sorry,
Oh.
we have one more. Spray tan.
Spray tan.
Level 10.
That would be a photograph you wouldn't want to look at very
Yes.
much.
Well, but I mean, you're already look at you, man. You're already
I
looking
mean, I'm
good. I
kind
don't
of
think- it's
there,
not gonna do
working
much
on my
for
beach
you.
bod. If we can go to the beach sometime.
Eventually, yeah. So now you might be asking, what did Robert do to deserve such a punishment? And the answer is absolutely nothing. It's just, sometimes it's fun to laugh at other people's misfortunes.
It's all for you guys.
So students, be watching social media this week for your chance to nominate a different leader for next week's Wheel of Consequences. And no, none of our leaders know that this is happening, which I think is hilarious. But don't
Focus
worry,
on
leaders.
different leaders.
Yes.
Don't be nominating me again.
Yes. Don't worry, leaders. We'll send you an email Friday telling you about this after the fact. Robert, are you ready?
I'm ready for this, man.
All right.
I'm going out of Florida and
All
getting
right.
a spray tan.
All right, here we go. Robert, you just need to hit this button right here,
Oh,
and it's going
all
to
right,
spin
here
the
we go.
wheel. Here we go. Wheel of consequences. We're hoping we're going for.
I don't know what I'm
Orlando.
going
You want to go
for.
to Disney, right?
Man, I would go to, but I can't
Santa,
go for a
Run
reason.
Mile, Santa.
Oh, quarantine haircut. You know, my hair's getting a little
Quarantine haircut.
shaggy. I don't
All right.
know what that entails, but
I think we were supposed to make it so it didn't land on that one, but we
Ooh.
must have. Sorry.
you know, whatever. We'll see.
Quarantine haircut
Bust out
for
the scissors
Robert.
somewhere.
So next week, Robert's going to be looking fresh and clean for his hosting debut of Fuse Live. So Robert, since you are so excited about your consequence,
Do
how
we
about
have like a makeup artist who's going to do that for me? or?
Yes,
I don't know.
absolutely.
I have
A
to do it. I have to give
professional.
myself a haircut. Is
A
that what a quarantine
professional.
haircut is?
For sure. We spare no expense around here. But Robert, we're going to have you announce our giveaway winner for this evening. So for people who entered through our texting app,
Oh, so they
You
just
can-
texted and then they
yep,
got entered in
these
this.
are all our entries.
All
you
right.
can swirl it around, grab out our winner for the night. Our winner is
Our winner for the first Fuse Live is Divine
all
Uzokwe.
right. Woo! All right, Devon, we've got a prize coming your way, some swag coming your way. That is all we have for tonight. So don't forget to submit your Try Something New videos. If you missed any of our announcements, they'll be looping at the end. We miss you guys. Have a great week, and we will see you back here next week for another week of Fuse Live.
Fuse Live.